In exactly 4 months, I'm turning 38. Just kidding, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I said I'm fine. Aging is a privilege, but wouldn't it be fantastic if we could stay young, healthy, energetic forever? Think vampire who doesn't need blood. No, I don't like vampires. Maybe more like Peter Pan minus the tights. Yes, today I'm taking you on a wrinkle-fighting adventure. Honestly, this sounds like I'm about to launch a skincare line. Spoiler alert, it's more about eating veggies and getting enough sleep. Who knew? Dash into the kitchen like you just saw a spider in your room. No walking, no jogging, just pure adrenaline fuel sprinting. Why do I feel so dehydrated after waking up? It's like my body had a secret midnight rave party without inviting me, and honestly, praise the Lord, because that actually sounds like a nightmare. Back in the day, I used to start my mornings with just plain water. But no, that's like trying to hydrate a desert with a sprinkle. Now I squeeze half a lemon, add a 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt, you know, it's like unicorn dust, only prettier, and an overflowing teaspoon of raw local honey, because why not support the local bees? Mix it together like you're doing a science experiment gone wrong, and bam, you got yourself an electrolyte drink full of enzymes and minerals. Skeptical about mixing salt with honey? Well, I never said staying young would be a gourmet experience, but this mix is actually delish. Cheers to confusing our taste buds. Now that I'm hydrated as a cactus with VIP access to an all-you-can-drink oasis, I slip into my adventure boots. It's time for a leisurely stroll through my lovely, perfectly groomed, totally not abandoned, and definitely not resembling a jungle garden. This grass could absolutely audition for a role in Jumanji and you would nail it, but hey, at least it's got character, right? But anyway, we're here to make sure the veggies get their morning drink too. Look at my precious babies, and me, a proud parent. Good morning kiss for all of you. Hydrangeas are in season, so let's make a bouquet. This is surrounding yourself with an environment you love. It's good for the soul, and if it's good for the soul, it must be a miracle cure for wrinkles too. We've installed water filter 2 months ago, and it has me feeling like I'm sipping on liquid gold. I've upped my water game from 2 liters to an impressive 3 to 3.5 liters a day. Go big or go home, right? Apparently, we've got a great water source, no chlorine, which is awesome. But with all the surrounding farms, who knows what chemical cocktail could be sneaking into our water. So I am pumped about this upgrade. Oh, and a pro tip. I used to chug down half a liter like I was a camel stocking up for a desert trek, but then I learned our bodies can only absorb 1 cup every 30 minutes. Great. Now I'm all about sipping my water throughout the day. That way my body gets truly hydrated and I'm not just peeing it all out like a broken fire hydrant. It's about 10 a.m. and I'm ready for breakfast. So I decided to make eggs cause duh, we're in a bit of a hurry, and what could possibly go wrong? Clearly they couldn't handle the pressure and had a bit of a meltdown. Now, if you're tired of kitchen catastrophes like this one, let me introduce you to Craftsy, the sponsor of today's video. Craftsy is like a treasure chest of creativity with over 2,000 classes to choose from. You can learn everything from knitting your own socks to cooking a gourmet meal. Whether you want to sew, paint, or, you know, try not to explode eggs like me, Craftsy has got you covered. I binge-watched all the food function flow classes where they talk about nutrition, but also the link between food, sleep, stress, and immunity. They were so interesting. I'm planning to rewatch and take notes. Then there's a class called Fuel Your Body, Feed Your Soul. It's packed with easy, nutritious recipes that even I can make without burning down the kitchen. Just yesterday, I made the almond cacao energy bites. Spoiler, they did not explode. They're a perfect treat made with simple, healthy ingredients. Love them. Fall is almost here and I'm so ready to dive into Craftsy's knitting classes. I've always wanted to be that person who can knit cozy scarves and blankets while sipping hot cocoa. Crafty's classes are led by super talented and friendly experts who break down each technique with step-by-step demos, plus they share all their insider tips and tricks. By the end of winter, I'll either be a knitting pro or have a collection of very unique scarves. Either way, it will be fun. And since we are on the topic of staying youthful today, being curious, inspired, and eager to learn new skills is the real fountain of youth. There's so much joy and satisfaction in creating something with your own two hands. Craftsy is basically my youth serum, keeping me inspired and always learning. Who needs anti-aging creams when you've got creativity? Okay, here's the cherry on top of this crafty cake. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. Yeah, you heard me right. So dive into all those amazing classes and join the awesome Craftsy community. Now let me tell you about a game changer that has transformed my digestion and gut health. Sticking to 3 meals a day with no snacking in between. That doesn't mean less food, I just pack all my snacks into the main meal. Seriously, I used to be like a hamster, constantly nibbling on snacks throughout the day. And these weren't junk foods, I'm talking nuts, dark chocolate, granola bars, fruit. So I was surprised, why am I bloated like a pufferfish on a bad day when I'm eating so healthy? It was the endless snacking. So besides the eggs, I'm having half a melon and some walnuts I soaked overnight, which is supposed to make them much easier to digest. I love how convenient melons are to eat. Cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, and boom, you're eating. It's nature's way of saying here's a break from your kitchen disasters. No peeling, no mess, no fuss. Nuts, however, are like little tummy gremlins ready to stir up trouble the moment they hit my digestive system. But after an all-night bath, they should be more zen now, right? What more do you want? A fizzy bath bomb? Okay, enough with the breakfast blabber, people. Lunch isn't going to cook itself, and I need to grab some veggies. Oh no, there we go again, fighting my way through the jungle. We used to have a guy who would come to cut the grass a few times a year, but unfortunately he also had a talent for accidentally cutting down flowers, fruit trees, and basically anything worth keeping. So we decided to take matters into our own hands, and here's the result. Welcome to the wild where the grass is king and I'm a mere explorer. Move over, Tarzan, there's a new jungle ruler in town. But wait until you see this. Soon I'll be harvesting papaya. Oh, you want bananas? Tons of them right in my backyard. Not satisfied? Boom, oranges. And this mysterious fruit called pitanga, aka Suriname cherry. It sounds tasty, but trust me, it's like eating a cherry, tomato, and a pepper all at once. I let my boyfriend handle that adventure. So next time you judge my jungle of a lawn, think again. For today's lunch, I'm grabbing some leeks, carrots, beetroot, celery, and lettuce. My arugula was thriving until it decided to turn into lace, so we'll skip that. Alright, I decided to whip up a stew with a bunch of veggies, some beef, and a dash of coconut milk. I know it sounds strange, but trust me on this one. First things first, wash and scrub the vegetables. Next, we're gonna chop everything up like a ninja who's retired and taken up a second career as a chef. This will probably take up half my day, but guess what? I'm making a massive batch, so we'll have leftovers for tomorrow's lunch. Picture me slicing through the zucchini like it owes me money. And carrots getting diced faster than my hopes of becoming a pro gamer. Leeks, I'm turning you into tiny rings of deliciousness. Green beans, you're about to get a serious makeover. Onions, let's see who cries first, me or you. Oh look, a worm eating my celery. You were so close to becoming a part of my stew. It's your lucky day. Now let's chop some sweet potatoes and get cooking. This stew is going to be legendary. Now the main question, can I fit these 2 mountains of vegetables into a cooking pan that looks kind of small and intimidated? Challenge accepted. First round of veggies, go in. Allocate. Add a bit more. Carefully tap them down. More. At this point, I'm squishing everything on a pile like a mad scientist trying to fit too much brain power into a tiny lab. Veggies are tumbling off the sides, but I refuse to back down. Let's force the lid on top to keep them from escaping. It's like trying to cram a circus into a clown car, but that's how we roll in this kitchen. Now let the stew simmer for 3 hours on low heat. You're free to do whatever you want during this time, but stay close and keep an eye on the stove. No one wants to explain to the fire department that their lunch got a little too excited. Hey, do you remember about a year ago I showed you 2 cats that I was feeding down the street? Well, the blue-eyed, kind of Siamese-looking one disappeared shortly after. I'm choosing to believe someone awesome took him in and he's now living his best cat life. But the gray girl was left behind. We feed her whenever we spot her, but still she's super skinny, poor thing. We want to help her get adopted, but the situation with stray animals here is a hot mess. Cats everywhere, newborns looking for home, total chaos. So for now, we decided to build her a little shelter. At least she'll have a roof and a cozy bed. Yesterday we went cat house shopping. The options were pretty sad, so we ended up getting a dog house. More space and even a porch. I'm sure she'll love it. Before we put it together, I'm gonna paint the wood to make it more durable. We'll let it dry for an hour or so. In the meantime, let's dig into our lunch. Isn't it magical how I put a literal rainbow into a pot and poof, now we have this muddy puddle. But hey, it's the taste that counts, right? When I eat, I try to be really mindful about chewing. Did you know that we have to chew each bite 25 times before swallowing? I know, right? See you at midnight when I'm done with this bowl of stew. But actually it's not that bad. It seriously helps with digestion, bloating, and even gives you better skin. Not gonna lie, after a while it feels less like eating and more like I've accidentally signed up for a jaw workout class. Oh, and did I mention it's 30 degrees Celsius in this house? We don't have aircon. How cool would that be? Pun intended. Instead, I'm here practically melting. At this point, I don't know whether it's the heat of the stew, the sweltering air, or the intense chewing that's making me sweat like a human-sized popsicle under the sun. On the other hand, chewing is a fantastic excuse to extend your meal and avoid doing dishes. By the time I'm done, my boyfriend will always volunteer to clean up. Try it out, totally worth it. I'm also having a small salad and for dessert, 2 almond cacao bites that I made following the recipe at Craftsy. But I'm definitely eating them outside while praying for the breeze so I can cool down. Alright, let's get this cat shed assembled. Isn't it adorable with the little window? I'd totally spend a night camping in here if I could squeeze in. Or maybe I wouldn't, you know, cockroaches and stuff. I found this box and a soft blanket. Voila, a DIY bed fit for a feline queen. If she loves her new house, we'll get her a more permanent sleeping spot. But there's just one tiny little hiccup. We haven't seen the cat for 5 days now. It's not the first time she's gone off-grid, so I'm sure she'll be back. But can you see this pet in the grass? That's me checking the street 20 times a day to see if she's returned. Maybe I should stomp around the whole garden like this to get my skyscraper jungle under control. Before dinner, I like to carve out some me time. I used to spend it lounging on the couch like a sleepy sloth with a smartphone scrolling social media. But that left me feeling about as energetic as a wet noodle. So a few months ago, I had an epiphany. I'll still lounge on the couch like a sleepy sloth, but instead of a phone, I'll have a book in my hand. Yes, I'll start reading. I ordered 4 books in a burst of enthusiasm, already finished one, loved every page. I'm halfway through this one, with 2 more on standby, eagerly awaiting their turn. But today, even reading feels like too much effort. Look at me sweating by just existing here on the couch. We need to find another activity. Ended up spying on my cat because she's like the most fascinating creature on the planet. For dinner, I'm cooking up some green beans. Okay, they're yellow and they're having an identity crisis because of it, and beetroot I picked earlier. I added avocado, olive oil and lemon juice, cause why not go full-on gourmet? For dessert, I have a double treat, some soaked macadamia nuts, cause yes, even nuts deserve a spa day, and a skyr with a teaspoon of raw local honey. This meal is so delicious, it's practically the highlight of my day. I mean, who needs chocolate cake when you've got a Viking yogurt and nuts that can swim? Well, most of them, some still have to learn. If I end up raiding the fridge for a midnight snack, you bet I'll keep you posted. But if not, I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to check out Craftsy to get your creative juices flowing and stay fabulous. Love ya! Bye!